Imlana said, do you think it's harder to date for dark-skinned women? I don't think, I know, and the research says that. It is more difficult. And if you're a darker skinned woman and your friends are telling you, no, girl, you got this. No, girl, it's more difficult. It's harder. It means it may take a little bit longer. It also means that your boundaries are going to have to be too legit to quit. Because a lot of these men will try you, right? I think that the marriage rate for darker skinned women are in the teens. If you're a lighter skinned woman, it's in the 40s, 40th, 50th percentile, similar to the white girls and lighter skinned Latina girls. If you're medium skin tone, then you're in the high 20s, early 30s. I want to be honest with you. I hate that people are like, there's no difference. There is a difference. And I think it sucks, but there's a difference. But I think it's important for you, if you're a darker skinned woman, to understand this. And hopefully this inspires you to expand or widen your net. That's why I'm always saying this, right? Because a lot of the darker skinned women, they're like, oh my God, the only guys that are going to be checking for me are black guys. Girl, do you know how much colorism, texturism black guys have? Yuck. Girl, if you are dark, that means you gotta get to the light. Like, you want pale. The palest guys like the darkest women. Okay?
Welcome back to my channel, Mother Suckers. Hey, it's your girl, I am Eloho, and I was scrolling on Instagram, minding my business and everybody else's, child, and I saw this video posted by dating coach Anwar White. I wanted to bring it here on my channel because we do have a majority black woman audience here, and he gives dating advice primarily to us. Now, I've been married for 3 years now, so I've been out of the dating pool for a little bit, and so I went into the comment section just to see what other women had to say. Someone said, as a dark-skinned woman with a mixed sister, I can 100% attest to this. The colorism is palpable. I was the ugly dark-skinned sister, and now it's either light-skinned mixed men, Hispanic men, or white men who break their necks trying to talk to me. Sucks because I love a dark-skinned, chocolate black man. I've literally had to change my preference just so I could love what loves me back. Someone else says, I date who desires me. Black men don't desire dark-skinned black women. Non-black men do. Another person said, I'm a dark-skinned woman and I have never met a man that didn't want to date me. You're right though, our boundaries and standards have to be higher because a lot of men just want to sleep with us. As a dark-skinned woman, you do have to be super focused on your fitness, skin, and appearance. You cannot go outside slipping, that's 100% true. As an adult, I do get more attention from white and all shades of black guys. As a child, I got more attention from lighter skin or mixed men. And someone else said, there's a lot of gaslighting in these comments. It's very, very true. If it hasn't happened to you, then gold star, but it's true. And I find when it comes to talking about colorism, you do have a group of dark-skinned black women that will say, those things never happened to me. I never experienced that. I hate when we talk about this because it's not true. And it's very interesting because over the years doing commentary on colorism, you've seen the women, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago say, I've never experienced it. And then all of a sudden they'll come out like, you know what? I experienced it. And it's something that my pastor used to always say. He used to say, just keep on living. Just keep on living and you'll get to experience some things, okay? But either way, shout out to Anwar for being honest about this topic. I feel like the colorism topics, they're not popular anymore. No one wants to be the person that seems to be unattractive or can't find a mate, right? Nobody wants to put themselves down in that way. But the statistics do show that darker skinned and black women get married 2 times less than lighter skinned black women. And someone did make a good comment. They were like, well, none of my lighter skinned friends are married. They're single too. And I thought about myself and my own group of friends and family. And same for me. Most of the dark-skinned black women that I'm friends with or family with, they're actually married. And my lighter-skinned friends or Latina friends, for the most part, they're not. And so I can also say, that's not true. My light-skinned friends aren't married and my dark-skinned friends are. But the exceptions don't make the rule. We have to look at overall statistics, and we also have to keep in mind that for the most part, black people as a whole don't get married in this country. So we do have to look at that as well. So I asked ChatGPT, child, and this is what she had to say. And so a study based in 2003, and side note, I did ask about a more recent research, and ChatGPT said yes, contemporary research from 2023 to 2025 still shows that skin tone significantly influences marriage and partner choices amongst black adults, including those over 30. So this article is still accurate today. But anyways, there was a study done, and it found that 55% of light-skinned black women were married compared to 23% of dark-skinned black women. And it said amongst black women under 30 years old, lighter-skinned individuals were married at twice the rate of their darker skin peers, and 17% more than medium skin toned women, right? And then it also says that light-skinned black individuals tend to marry other light-skinned individuals, and that educationally advanced black men gravitate toward a lighter complexion for spouses. We say, why does this happen? Chat says colorism, a prejudice favoring lighter skin rooted in colonial history and perpetuated by media, plays a significant role. Structural factors like the shortage of marriageable black men due to incarceration, education, etc., means those men exercise more choice, often preferring lighter skin tone. This is why we call them preferences. Okay, contextual data. To understand these findings better, consider broader black marriage trends in the US. Only about 30 to 33% of black adults are currently married, well below overall US marriage rate of 48%. So we can't say that colorism exists and deny what Anwar is saying and deny the statistics, right? So yes, it's nice that men find you attractive and men love your skin tone and you have no problems dating and you got married, those things are great. But when we're talking about black, dark-skinned women as a whole, we have to have honest conversations to get our sisters, in the right relationships and married if they choose so. And so shout out to Anwar, because he's getting the girls engaged. He's getting the girls down the aisle, hopefully with the right man, okay, because that is very important. But as I always say, man's rejection is literally God's protection. Like literally, if you don't see my skin tone as anything other than sun-kissed, divinely beautiful, then God is protecting me from you, because you're toxic. Like, you're highly toxic if you don't see this and don't see divinity, period. But overall, this is a good starting point, but it's not meant to make you feel down or feel bad, like, oh, I might never get married because the statistics say such and such, right? That's not the point of this. The point of this is to know the facts, know the information, and move accordingly. Like, okay, this is the statistics. Majority of black men are colorists and texturists and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to open my dating pool. I'm going to look out for red flags. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take care of myself. I want what wants me. I'm attracted to what's attracted to me. And obviously we still have boundaries and we can still have preferences like the rest of the world. But just understand, like that woman commented and said, like, I used to prefer A and I realized A wasn't checking for me. So yeah, you have to be able to say, okay, I typically like this, but let me go over here. And it's funny because I mentioned this in my last video where I was doing a review of Pop the Balloon or Find Love episode. And I saw a lot of single women saying like, oh, I prefer a man that dresses like this, or I prefer a man that wears socks with his shoes, and all of these like petty asinine reasons why they wouldn't date a guy. And it's like, girl, so you gonna let socks stop you from being with a great man? Like, that doesn't make sense. And it's literally why you're on a dating show. Like, just saying. As my mom always says, the truth is bitter. Okay? And so sometimes you need the bitter truth to get your shit together and to act accordingly. Okay? Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you agree with Anwar's advice? What do you think about him saying dark women should be checking for pale, 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 pale men. Now, that's an old saying that opposites attract. And I personally don't think that you have to date someone who's opposite of your skin tone. The point is just that you should be broadening your horizons and you shouldn't write off the pale people, right? In my personal experience, I am one of the people who has dated like the full scope Latino, Black, American, African, Caribbean, white. You know, they all want a little bit of low, but but y'all let me know your thoughts. What are your experiences? Like what's happening out there in the dating pool? What's going on? Who's attracted to you? Who are you attracted to? Check out some of his content. I think that he drops a lot of gems for Black women. And y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let's be real, let's be honest and respectful. And I'll see y'all at the next one. Later.
As your fairy godbrother and as a dating coach for 14 years, I want to let you know that men put women into different categories. And it's not the simplistic wifey material, not wifey material categories. There are 5 categories that men put women into, and I wanted to share those with you so that you understand kind of what's what. Okay, so the first category is the desperate girl, and the desperate girl is all the girl that's chasing, emailing him, texting him, trying to earn his love. That's the lowest of the low, no shade. And if you don't know if you're this girl, if you are always initiating conversations, texts, and if the only reason that he's reaching out is because he wants something or needs something for you or is asking money, you're probably in the desperate girl category. That's category number 1. Category number 2 is the good time girl. This is the girl that he hooks up with. Oftentimes, these are the girls that he doesn't want to be seen in public with. Guys will try to put you in the box, so don't let them do that. If you want to figure out if you're this girl, if he is giving you what you do in text, or if he's messaging you after 10 p.m., or if he's taking you out on dates outside of the city center, you're probably in this category. So that's category number 2, the good time girl. The third category is the good enough girl. This is a tricky category because he's doing like the bare minimum and things are okay. He's not mean, he's not rude, but he's not doing the extra things. He's getting you gifts for your birthday, he's getting you gifts for Valentine's Day, but he's not doing the small and special things to put you over the top, to really value and cherish you. If you want to know if you're in this category, you have to understand and think, am I always having to ask him to do things, and is he not doing them the first time around? If not, he's probably put you in the category of a good enough girl, because a guy that is like in love with the entire package is going to need to hear things once, and he's just going to do them. Okay. The fourth category is the dream girl category. So the difference between dream girl and the kind of good enough category is the dream girl, he loves the whole package, and he's going to do the little stuff in between, the random flowers, right? He's going to take care of things without you asking him to do so. The thing that you have to be aware of, and this is the category that you want to be in, is you want to make sure that you're not performing. A lot of girls will be in this dream girl category, and he will want to do all of these things for you, but then you feel like, oh my God, I have to be some this like curated version of myself and not my real self. Don't do that, girl. Yeah. The fifth category and is the out of your league category. And this is where the woman comes from wealth, more education, has a bigger job or prestige than the guy, and he's doing everything that he can to be a part of that prestige to lift himself up. And so what happens though is after a while, if he doesn't feel like he's satisfying her needs, he will cheat, or he will try to humble her in a certain kind of way to bring her down to his level and his status so he doesn't feel as inadequate. So those are the 5 different categories that men put women in. Please understand that if you find yourself in one of these categories that doesn't fully serve you, I can definitely help you get out of it, because there are deeper things happening that you're going to have to heal from if you want to level up. So book a call with me if you want, but I hope that this is helpful for you.